Hello and welcome to Serious Sentiments, my first one in over a month. I am Johnny Kane, and today we'll have two important subjects. One, what's been happening over the last month? Well, we see that in Virginia we have a racist governor admitted to being, when it all broke, he said, well, I'm in the picture, I'm sorry, I'm deeply sorry. And then the next day he lied about everything, said, well, I'm not so sure anymore. But I did put blackface on me one time, and maybe I'll show you how I used it and put some polish on my hand. I used it for my military boots. And, I rubbed it on my face a little bit. I did a little moonwalk. Whoa, it was just that time. Michael Jackson ruled the world and everything was great and we just wanted to be silly. But first of all, what yearbook, what editor, what president of whatever college would allow that picture to be printed with a KKK guy and a guy in blackface having a beer together? And see, they put it on Ralph Northam's page, which means one of the two is Ralph Northam. My guess, the blackface. I think it's in the shoulders. You gotta look at the guy's shoulders and height. I think it's the blackface guy. But since he won't admit it, and now he's muddied the waters with well, gee, I don't know. I'm not sure how that could have got there. See, there's no deep investigation to the editor. Like, well, let's probe his back door when he might be peeping out the window, and let's get his story. How'd this come to be? Was it Ralph Northam in that picture? How about the other guy? It was him and some other guy. Is that other guy still alive? Does he want to talk about it? Does he want to say, I was the Ku Klux Klan outfit and that Ralph was the blackface, and we just were drinking and stupid, and we thought it was funny? He was an adult at the time. Now, the third in charge of the state, Attorney General, admitted blackface too. And then you have the lieutenant governor who's accused of 2 rapes so far. And I'm wondering where Black Lives Matter is, Black Lives Matter should be infuriated. They should be protesting. They should be staking out Northam and following him on his apology tour from event to event, kissing the ass now of any minority because he's sorry on behalf of the state. So the state has to pay and watch him act like a fool because of something he did in his early 20s. And so where's Black Lives Matter? You don't hear much from Black Lives Matter anymore, right? I mean, it's been at least a year and a half before or maybe 2 years, since I've heard any significant news about Black Lives Matter. I don't see a shooting going on by police on a black person, like left and right like it was during the Obama presidency, and then Obama would interject. He'd come on TV right after a press conference and say, okay, everybody, the cops were wrong here, but, just try to, get along, and I'd be mad, but, he interjected in a lot of race issues. Obama. And now they point to Trump being a racist. They always call him, all the words, bigot, racist, homophobe, sexist, rapist, assaulter, a genital toucher, a mean person, rude. See, Black Lives Matter hasn't popped up on the scene for the blackface controversy in Virginia because what it really comes down to, and this goes out to also a separate situation, not racism, but anti-Semitism with the congresswoman here from Minneapolis who says, likes to tweet out things against Jews in Israel. And see, it's right there for you. I mean, it's right there. You can go see this, okay? It's there. I mean, the racism is typed up. Okay, she apologized. Everything's all good. I heard some woman talk show host on CCO radio the other night say, oh, she apologized real quickly. It's all good. Really? So the Democrats would like to see this whole thing go away with their anti-Semitism, their racism, even though remember the Democrat Party, remember the movie Amistad? That was like the 1930s, and Martin Van Buren president, and They wanted these slaves kept in America, and they should not be able to return to Africa because they're property of somebody. And they went to the Supreme Court on this, and they lost. But if you remember the movie and just remember history, the Democrat Southern congresspeople and senators of the time, and they're behind-the-scenes shadowy figures that still exist today that are unelected to anything, but they tell the president what to do. If you allow these slaves from Africa to win this case, the South will be very mad with you. See, that's what was going on back then. But see, those were Southern Democrats. There was no Republican Party during that movie, okay, or during that time period. And then, you know, the Civil War breaks out, the Republican Party forms to basically end slavery. And who opposes it? Who takes their ball and goes home after James Buchanan? Abraham Lincoln wins, and a bunch of Democrats before even Lincoln takes office just decide we're gonna get out of here. We can't take this. This guy's gonna do things to us that we didn't want. He won an election, and it's because all the people in the North, there's just too many of them. And they overtook us in the South because our Democratic base is less numbers, and New York has 5 times the people, and blah, 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 blah. So we know that the Democrats fought the end of slavery. They really separated and went to war for it. Then the Ku Klux Klan, Knights of Golden Circles, stuff like this, these little secret organizations formed by Democrats. You know, John Wilkes Booth a part of it, and Confederate generals, and you know, the Ku Klux Klan kind of had a firm base in the South from, I'd say, the early 1960s or 1860s, somewhere in the 1860s, probably to today, and a big height of it being right after the Civil War until about what, in the 1970s, and these were created by Democrats. Jim Crow, Democrats, the whole Jim Crow segregation laws of the South. You know, you can't drink from this fountain, can't go to this restaurant, can't go to this bathroom. Democrats, okay. So Black Lives Matter is silent, which means only one thing: Democrats' lives matter more. No justice for Hillary Clinton and all her people, and former NSA and CIA lying to senators in front of a committee, lying, caught in lies, no raids on their houses. No, their treat is they got to lie to Congress and now go try to shape opinion on news networks. No Hillary Clinton and all her cronies, Podesta, none of them getting raided. But all these people that helped Donald Trump, either ruined, destroyed, in jail, under investigation. You never thought this would have happened, right? When Trump won, did you really think that all the people that were surrounding him would be going to jail? No, you chanted, lock her up, lock her up. Little did you know what was going to happen, that she had such tentacles, that she had her own sections of the FBI and CIA helping her out. Literally helping her out. And so there's no need to get into that. Democrats get away with it. They admit racism. There's pictures of it. They type in things about anti-Semitism. No problem. No problem. We're an open-minded, loving party. We have multicultural representatives. Wow. Wow. Woo. So they're multicultural. You know, they like that. That's what they want to do. They want to show you. They like visuals, you know, like, oh, there's white, black, Asian, Latino, there's a Muslim, there's a Jew, that's us, that's the Democrats. Yet, that's the Republicans as well. See, they don't monolithically own a race of people or a religion. People have their own minds, okay? And so, what I'm saying is, bottom line on this subject, Democrats are the worst racists. I have a video from 2 years ago about it, and I stick by it today, and there is no Black Lives Matter because it's really Democrat lives matter. Now, part 2, and this will be quicker. I've always said since my very second serious sentiment video, which was a long time ago now, before Trump was even president, I predicted that Michelle Obama will eventually be the nominee to face him in 2020. And I'm seeing more and more signs about it every day. Just the other night at the Grammys or whatever the hell it was, they gave her a big, huge platform, and then it said she rocked the Grammys, and like she's up there with all these, Lady Gagas, and everybody's hugging, and she's the hero, and she's got... I told you, with Klobuchar, all these people, Cory Booker's, Kamala Harris's, everybody who's announcing to become president, they'll all step aside once Michelle Obama enters, baby. It's over. She's the nominee. So that's nothing new. I've talked about that in several of my videos. But what is new for this is I will predict, this is tough, I will predict who her vice presidential candidate will be right now. It'll be Beto O'Rourke. You know, the Mexican guy from down in Texas? Oh yeah, I forgot. He's really, really white. He acts really, really white. And I was just watching him talk in El Paso, because I never really got a long chance to listen to the guy. He's a clown, and he's young looking, and he's ignorant, and he's got a lot of energy, and likes to bounce around and make you try to feel good with his little rage, with a little smile on it. Well, he'll be the vice presidential candidate. You know why? Because he'll enter soon. It'll probably be within a couple weeks. So this Robert O'Rourke guy, Beto, the guy who looks Mexican, yeah, he'll enter. And he'll get a lot of steam, he'll like always be finishing second, third, fourth, fifth. He'll be there in Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina. He'll hang in there. Michelle Obama will dominate. She'll pick him. And the reason why is it's not her who will pick him. It'll be the people who really run things will tell her who she's picking. And it'll be this guy, O'Rourke, from down in Texas. You know why? And it's clear to me, see, what they really, really want in the Democrat Party for their presidential aspirations is a woman. That's number one. Got to have a woman next time around, because they didn't get it done with that slimy snake Hillary. Number two is they would like to go back to the black card because it worked so well for Barack Obama and got large African-American turnout for his 2 elections for president. So there's the quinella, the daily double. Now what they need is to have somebody energetic, young, inspiring to the idiots out there somehow, the, empty-headed. Good-looking, I talked about that. He's a good-looking guy. But what they really need is that cuck thing, that cuckold. They want the white man to look like he's going to look up to this strong, black, wonderful, smart, charismatic woman. And that's the image they're shooting for. They can't go 2 women, Obama with like Gillibrand or Klobuchar. They can't do that because that might be overkill in the department of trying to get women's votes. It won't be so easy to get a lot of women, like Trump has a lot of women voters. Trump has a lot of black voters. Trump has a lot of everybody who votes for him. But I think they need that picture. There used to be a picture of Bill Clinton and Al Gore when Bill Clinton was president, like at a union hall I used to go to once in a while, and it'd be like Bill Clinton out front waving and Al Gore behind him just kind of, backwards but waving the other way. They need the visual. They like visuals in the Democratic Party. They need that visual of the every different race standing behind a candidate when they're speaking or something like that. They both sides do it. Don't get me wrong, but Democrats have basically cornered that market. And so they need this young, charismatic, good-looking white man to be looking up to a strong, black female leader for the image. I don't know how many votes that will get them, but it will. It will, because people like to see a headline or a picture and jump to a conclusion. Man, Michelle Obama, she's a tall girl too, by the way. He's a tall guy, so I don't know if he'll be looking up to her, but still, that's my prediction. That is what's going to happen. There is your 2020 race. And today is what? February 12th of 2019. So a year from now, we'll be fully immersed in the caucus and primary season, and we won't know my prediction until probably, what, September of 2020? But I'll be sitting somewhere smiling and laughing, and I hope that anybody who watches this video will understand that Johnny Kane was right. Michelle Obama, I predicted that 2 years ago, before Trump even took the inauguration. And now, that's hard to pick a vice presidential candidate. But I did it. I'm going Obama O'Rourke. It sounds good, too. Like Trump Pence. Trumpets? Trumpets? Obama O'Rourke. I like it. I love my prediction here. So everybody, give me your opinion. I know hardly anybody watches these, but maybe someday they'll catch on because I've been pretty darn accurate many, many times here. Leave a comment, like the video, and I'll get you one pretty soon. Thanks for watching Serious Sentiments. I am Johnny Kane.